Hi there, my name is Travis, and today I would like to talk to you about the concept of data fabric. I'm sure that many of you have heard this over the past couple of years, as the term has become synonymous with enterprise data integration and management. Analyst firm Gartner lists data fabric as one of the top 10 data and analytics technology trends of 2021, and predicts that by 2024, 25% of data management vendors will provide a complete framework for data fabric. Now I can see you rolling your eyes now saying, ugh, not another IT buzzword. Well, it may be a buzzword, but it speaks to an important design concept that can be useful for organizations that find themselves grappling with an ever-expanding and increasingly complex data ecosystem. So what exactly is data fabric? Gartner defines data fabric as a design concept that serves as an integrated layer or fabric of data and connected processes. A data fabric utilizes continuous analytics over existing discoverable inferenced metadata assets to support the design, deployment, and utilization of integrated and reusable data across all environments, including hybrid and multi-cloud platforms. Well, okay, that's a mouthful, so let's break it down in understandable terms. Well, for me, data fabric isn't necessarily one definable set of tools or software solutions, but rather the acknowledgement that organizations can no longer survive by piecing together data assets from disparate systems that have been layered onto one another over the years. Let's look at a real-world analogy using music as our data and the music industry as our enterprise organization. Now, it used to be that a production company was needed to record an artist's music and to produce copies of that music on vinyl, compact discs, or cassette tapes for those of us old enough to remember those days. These music storage methods would then be distributed to stores and radio stations where we, the consumer, could then purchase or consume that music through devices like radios, phonographs, or those good old tape decks in our cars. This all worked great for a while, but it also meant that music production was a long and expensive process from conception to consumption that involved copying the music or data many times over before we as the consumer heard it. Now, similarly, in the world of data management, the journey of data from creation to consumption typically involves many layers of ingestion, transformation, and extraction. For many companies, this is still the case today. Usually this was done in a variety of systems that was layered onto one another over the years. It is typical to find enterprises that have purchased some megalithic CRM system 15 years ago, and then 5 years later integrated an expensive data warehouse for analytics. Then some smart grad student came on board and wanted to stand up a slick Hadoop cluster for data science, when actually each business line would rather just purchase and integrate their own solution outside of IT. This leads to several challenges, such as high cost, difficulty finding the right up-to-date data, long and slow integration cycles, frequent maintenance and upgrades, all while demand for real-time and event-driven data is rising. It is important to understand that most organizations that evolved with technology over the past 10 or 15 years might have made sound and logical decisions each step of the way, but overall, the system that was built is in need of a new conceptual redesign. Alright, so let's look at the music industry and how it has been redesigned. Right around the year 2000, the World Wide Web, new digital storage formats, and ultimately MP3 players changed the way that we produced and consumed music forever. As these new technologies signaled the fall of physical storage mediums, they would give birth to the concept of music streaming. Now, while streaming has not made the music industry as many profits as you can see here, it has given us as the consumer more access to a broader range of music, allowing musicians to ship more music to consumers than ever before. So, higher volume throughput, greater access to music or data, and overall more efficient system. Alright, let's take a peek at how this looks in regards to underlying technologies. We now see that artists can more easily produce, store, and publish their own music in a variety of ways that make it easy for distribution channels to distribute their art. Similarly, us as a listener has a variety of options of how to consume the music because we have integrations into many of our devices. Today, 2022, with streaming services, open APIs, smart home speakers, and wearable devices, I can easily access and control my songs or my data from practically anywhere, while still maintaining a central hub at the service level. For example, I can wake up to a custom curated playlist on my smartphone, and then, without skipping a beat, I can switch my output device to my kitchen speaker as I walk in to make some coffee. Say I like the song that's playing, I can now hit the like button on my smartwatch, which is of course connected to my phone. This automatically adds that song to my playlist for future curation. I then jump in my car, which of course automatically connects to my streaming service, and continues playing my tracks. I think we're starting to get the picture. This is data fabric at work. We can now see how this design concept serves as a fabric that stitches together disparate applications and sources through standardized protocols and open technologies, leaving us as a consumer feeling even more connected to the artist at the source. Okay, so that's how the music industry adapted to new technologies and changing demand. But what about enterprise data environments? Similarly, in the early 2000s, with the spread of the internet came cloud computing. This, along with exponential growth of data, has made an environment that's ripe for change. Using this design concept of data fabric, we can begin cleaning up this tangled mess a lot of us find ourselves in. By first layering on strategic technologies around discovery and cataloging of data, we can now easily see what data lives in which systems. Then, by engineering distribution warehouses on top of these data sources, we can bring the full power of the cloud to our business users and scientists, who in turn can access these powerful solutions through a variety of tools. The data fabric allows for a large corporation to still leave different teams with decision power over how they consume their data, but within the bounds of an overarching strategy. Not only can this help IT better secure valuable corporate data, but it enables creative solutions to be discovered more rapidly by business users. So, how can we start building such a system? Well, that's where my company of Trifacta comes into play. Trifacta is the data engineering cloud. We've built the only open and interactive cloud platform for data engineers and analysts to begin working and building around the data fabric design concept. As an engineer, I can now build productive data pipelines from raw data into our data warehouse solution. As an analyst, I can prepare and transform my data to better visualize the results. And as a scientist, I can prepare and combine my data to feed my neural nets and bots. All this is done on one open platform that is secure, collaborative, and adaptable to the changing consumer demands. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. To see more about how we can help your company stitch together a more productive data concept, visit us at www.trifacta.com and request a demo today.